You are listening to the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. I'm Samantha Brown, a professional organizer and business coach. In this podcast, you will learn how to start and scale the organizing business of your dreams. So let's jump in. Hey girl, hey. Welcome back to the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. I'm so excited to share everything that I have learned on this incredible journey of starting and scaling my own organizing business. So here's the plan. In the next episode of the Pro Organizers Coach, I will be going through the list that I created for how to start your very own professional organizing business. And then I'm going to do a series breaking down each of the steps to help you with everything that I help my pro organizing clients with. But first, I wanted to bring you this episode to explain exactly what do professional organizers and productivity consultants do? How do you know if this is the right career for you? Then I'm going to be answering the top 10 questions I get from women that are just like you that are thinking about starting their own organizing businesses. So first, let me start by sharing the definitions of a professional home organizer and a productivity consultant. So the definition of a professional organizer is that they help their clients achieve function, order, and clarity by creating organizing systems and structure around objects, spaces, and data. Now, productivity consultants help their clients achieve their goals and priorities by creating organizing systems and structure around time, energy, and resources. So they do the same thing. It's just for professional organizers. It's around your objects, your spaces like your home or work, and then, of course, data. Now, with productivity consultants, it's based more around time, energy, and resources. So now, whether they work full or part-time, most organizing and productivity professionals are sole proprietors, meaning that it is important to have an entrepreneurial spirit and willingness to learn the skills necessary to run and market a successful service-based business. The individuals who are the most successful are not in it just to make closets and filing cabinets look pretty. They are champions of personal transformation and strive to help their clients change their processes to live in a positive manner. Professional organizers and productivity consultants assist clients with home office organization, time management, corporate efficiency, specialty projects from organizing photos to cataloging inventories, writing, whether it's blogs, books, or lectures, virtual organizing. Some work with hoarding or chronically disorganized clients. A lot of professional organizers will work with clients with ADHD. Or maybe it's downsizing, and then you have your clients that you are helping with moves and relocations. There are virtually no limits when it comes to what you can pursue within this profession. Some professionals begin by focusing on residential clients, decluttering and organizing closets, pantries, garages, etc., while others work with entrepreneurs, small business owners, or corporate clients. So many clients can be reluctant and or embarrassed to seek services and allow a stranger into the most private aspects of their lives, or are going through a very stressful life transition when they look to professional organizers for help. So this, on our part as the professional organizer, requires patience, compassion, empathy, and flexibility, along with being an effective communicator, teacher, and above all, a good listener. I personally also recommend knowing your why. Why are you getting into this field? Why do you want to help people? My why came from wanting to help other women with what I had already been able to do for myself. So just a little story. When COVID first hit, I was so stressed with my house. And specifically, I had this one closet that was my personal closet and my pantry that both drove me crazy. I would make piles of clothes that I was wearing just to keep from having to open my closet door. It truly had stuff falling out of it when you opened the door. It was so embarrassing and stressful that I finally decided enough was enough and decluttered my own closet and pantry. That one small closet had 8 big black 33-gallon bags of donation and trash. And I still don't know how it all fit in there because I left enough items that it still looked full. It's insanity. So anyways, after the weight that I felt come off of me from decluttering my own space, I knew that I could help other women feel the same thing and to get peace back in their home and back into their life. So that became my why. Now, your why is not only important for you when times get stressful as a business owner, and they will, but it is also important to put in your messaging so your ideal client can connect with you on an emotional level, and then they are more likely to hire you over someone else. So now that we know what a professional organizer is and what they do for their clients, let's talk about the 10 most common questions that I get from my professional organizing clients. So number 1, is now a good time to enter the professional organizing industry? In one word, girl, it is yes. Our industry is enjoying fast-paced growth due to the demand from consumers. People have way too much stuff, not enough space or time, and lack basic organizing skills. What is naturally easy for you doesn't mean it's naturally easy for other people. And so what they can't do in their own home, they are reaching out for help, which is amazing that people are realizing this, in my opinion. So, thanks to the television shows like Hoarders, we've got Marie Kondo, and you've got the girls from the Home Edit show, the topic of organizing has become hot. So to give you an idea of growth, consider these numbers. In 1995, there were only 834 members of NAPO, which is the National Association of Professional Organizers. Within 5 years of that number grew to 1,358. Now, they are well over 4,000, and that is only counting that one association. But nowadays, most organizers don't even become members of NAPO, so there's no telling how much the industry has grown. Our field is growing not only due to the consumer demand, but also because it really is relatively easy and flexible as a business that you are able to launch. So now, what type of certification or training will you need as a professional organizer? To become a professional organizer, you don't need any specific certification or specific training. Now, of course, there are helpful podcasts, coaching programs like the one that I have, webinars, websites, and books that you might want to explore. There is a certification from NAPO that you may consider obtaining, but that's after you've been in business for a while. Because to become a certified professional organizer through NAPO, you'll have to have at least 1,500 hours of paid experience over the past 5 years. So don't get hung up on any type of certification program at this point. While training is generally a good thing, you can certainly get started without paying for any type of certification or lengthy education course if you wish. But in my experience, starting a business can be lonely and stressful at times if you don't have support and guidance, which is exactly why I started my coaching program to help women just like you start and scale their professional organizing business of their dreams. All right, let's go to question number 3. So the third question that I get from my clients is, could you briefly outline the process of helping a client? So you can do this any way that you like, but my client intake starts with a brief phone consultation to qualify them. Like, will they be a good match for me, an eye for them? Why do they want to get organized, etc. I have an intake form that I fill out when they are on the phone. Then, after the client intake process form that I fill out, I set up their free consultation. Then, at the home consultation, I spend anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes doing an on-site assessment. I have them walk me through their home and show me the spaces they would like organized, which ones are the most stressful so we know where to start, and what goals they have for those spaces. Towards the end of the consultation, we go ahead and set up their actual sessions. So for me personally, my sessions are 3 hours long, which is what I prefer, but you can do 4 or 5 hour sessions. It's completely up to you. But I would suggest having a specific amount of time that your sessions are, and if it goes over, then you can charge per hour. So at the sessions, I work alongside them the entire time, coaching, teaching, setting up new systems, watching for fatigue, and encouraging them while also listening to them. A lot of your clients haven't been listened to in a very long time. And so a lot of what we are there to do is not only organize the actual space, but it's also to give a listening ear with empathy. Then when we wrap up each session, I offer homework assignments if they want to, because then that gives them something to work on between our sessions, and it gives them accountability and gets the project done faster. Then what I do for my clients is I run off all of the items that are trash and donations from our session, and my clients love that about my services. Every one of them, I make it feel like I do it just for them. When we are talking and at the initial consultation, I say, anything that we go through that is trash or donation at the end of the service, I will be running it off even if I have to make 2 trips. And if you have a specific place you would like to donate to, as long as it's within 10 miles or so, I will gladly take it there. And then I explain to them during the consultation the places that I personally like to donate to that give back and why they give back, and it just gives it that emotional element. And most of my clients are completely fine with wherever I would like to take the donations, as long as they feel like they are helping someone else or something else, like an animal shelter or that kind of thing. So question number 4 is, do you bring organizing supplies or do you have the client purchase them? Now for me, I always bring my label maker, and as well as I have a small bag of basic organizing supplies that work in just about any situation. Beyond the basics, if our clients ask for product recommendations, I will give them. But a lack of storage containers is not usually the problem. Of course, there are some fabulous organizing products out there, and they do make organizing so much more fun for both me and my clients. But I always work within my client's budget, and I first try to use what they already own. Always start with decluttering, because a lot of times that is the problem. All right, question number 5. Do I need insurance? Yes, for sure. You can purchase general liability, which covers property damage and bodily injury, but I recommend professional liability. It's also called errors and omissions, which also covers the advice that you give clients. Ask your trusted friends or local business owners for some recommendations in your area. All right, now question number 6. What is the best way to market my business? If you have a business, you need a website, even if it's just a 2-page website that just has information about you and your services, and then maybe a contact me page or an about me page. Because in the day and time we live, if you don't have a website, people don't feel like you are serious, in my opinion. So if you're not sure how to create a fabulous, effective site, I personally recommend Squarespace. You can also buy a template off of Etsy for Squarespace, or you have the option of hiring someone to do the website for you. But if you're anything like me, I know at first I had a set budget and not a very big budget to start my business, and I was able to figure it out on my own through Squarespace. So also, you'll want to maximize social media, create a Facebook business page, maybe a Pinterest account. At first, though, make sure you keep it very simple. In my personal opinion, and what I teach my clients to do, is to pick one social media platform, like maybe a Facebook page, and that is where you put all of your before and after photos. That's where you ask people to like the page, you share, or maybe yours will be Instagram because it's visual. Whatever that is, you don't want to spread yourself so thin, because you are going to be doing the sessions, you're going to be setting up and managing your calendar, you're going to be doing the social media. So at first, keep it very simple and pick one that you become consistent on and that you are showing up on, and then you can always build from there once you become more comfortable. All right, so how much money can I make as a professional organizer? The amount of money that you make depends on the number of client hours you have, of course. So the rate you charge depends upon where you live. Is it rural, urban, suburban? What type of organizing are you doing, and how long have you been organizing? But I would caution against setting your fee too low. Many newer organizers don't think they're worthy of the standard organizing fees, which is a huge misconception. I usually recommend at least $50 per hour for brand new organizers. And I've known plenty who have started out at 60 or 75, but that will vary depending upon the things I just listed, because rates nationally vary from $40 to over $200 per hour. And the way that I personally did this for myself is I looked in my area, I saw what other organizers within 20 miles or so were charging, and then those were the rates that I went with. So let's go on to question number 8. Should I work with hoarders? So working with people in hoarding situations is not for everyone. It takes immense patience, it does take training, and often a team approach. Do not attempt to work with hoarders until you have the specific training. So I had been organizing for about a year when I got an actual hoarding client. Now, I do get people that call me and say it's hoarding, but normally it's not. Normally it's just cluttered. But there really is a difference between cluttered and hoarding. And when I got to this client's home, there wasn't even a path, and there were items all the way up to the ceiling, all through the home. So I worked and did 2 sessions with her, just trying to help her get started, which is all that I was able to do. On the first session, all we did was make a path, so she was able to walk through her home without falling. And then in the second session, I helped her go through this one room a little bit, but she was not willing to release anything. And once I realized that she was not willing to release anything, I went ahead and referred her out to an actual hoarding specialist, because I did not have the certified training. I didn't have what I needed and the team approach that was needed to help her fully get her entire house in order. Because for hoarding, it's not only the physical stuff. There is a lot of mental and emotional things that go with that someone with that specific training needs to handle. All right, question number 9. Where will my clients come from? So in my experience, they will come from all areas. Mostly, I accept clients who live close to me, within about 30 miles, as a personal preference. My target market is overwhelmed women, but it might be different for you. Economically, it's all over the place. I've had a few lower income clients, some upper income clients, and lots of middle income clients. But those who really wanted to hire me will find a way to afford it, even if they have to do some serious budgeting to fit it in. If it's important to them, then they will find a way. It's important for us as professional organizers to stress the value of our services, because our clients are learning skills from us that will last a lifetime. And we are also coming alongside them to help them do something that they cannot do for themselves. So if they are wanting a change and if they are wanting the help, they will find a way to pay for it. And then I also have other clients that can normally do 1 session per month. And so we set up to where I do 1 session, and then a month later I come back and do the next room, and then the next room. And I have multiple clients that I've been working with for about 6 months now. And each time we have a session, we just go through the next area on the list, and it works out beautifully. But then I have, of course, other clients that come in and they want all of it done within a 2-week time span. So based on their budget and based on what they are going through in life, their work schedule, their family schedule, all of those different things will determine how often they can handle a session. And just a quick side note before I get on to the last question. Some of the clients that you come across emotionally will need time in between their sessions to process what you have gotten rid of, because they are so emotionally connected to their items. All right, so number 10 is, what skills will I need for this job? So prospective organizers will want to bring a set of basic skills to the industry, which include organization skills, of course, the ability to identify organization issues, formulate an action plan, and help enact that action plan. Problem-solving skills. A professional organizer spends much of their time solving problems for the client. So good problem-solving skills are advantageous for an organizer. The ability to identify the problem and process an effective solution can help you stand out from the competition. You're going to need empathy. Empathy is an important skill because it helps bridge the gap of understanding between people. You will want to empathize with the needs of your clients and understand why it's difficult to move or recycle or donate certain items. Empathy will help you understand the resistance by the client and can help facilitate more effective goals that they will actually carry out and continue to use. So you will also need attention to detail. A good pro organizer has an excellent eye for detail, often seeing things that others might have missed. You're going to need good communication skills. The ability to communicate effectively with your clients is crucial in having a thriving business in this industry. Communication helps both the client and the professional organizer better understand the needs and the goals of that project and might prevent conflict or misunderstandings. And last but not least on my list is creativity. Some problems require creativity to solve them effectively. As a professional organizer, you will need to show a good level of creativity in your problem solving and in your attention to detail, and sometimes in ways that you don't even realize. It is because there is an ebb and flow to organizing and to the way you help your clients, and every day looks completely different, but that's what keeps it fun and exciting. If you are looking for something that is the exact same every single day like a desk job, then entrepreneurship is not for you. And being a professional organizer, in my opinion, is not for you. Because although from the outside or watching these shows, it looks like, oh, that'd be so fun to just get in there and put baskets in and organize a shelf with all these pretty baskets and labels. And oh my gosh, my OCD, that's so exciting. That's what I thought at first, and that is nothing like what it actually is when you're working with the clients. Now, there are times that that's the case, but for the most part, in my experience, it is more of decluttering the area. It is more of listening and talking with them and almost coaching them through being able to release the items they have been holding on to for a long time. And so I just tell you this because I want to make sure that you understand what it is that you're getting into before you start taking all of these steps to start your own business. But I promise you, if you are open to every day looking a little different, if you're open to enjoying different people with different personalities and different goals, and that excites you, and being able to help people excites you when you can meet them right where they are and they would not get to their goals without you, then this is definitely the industry for you. I truly hope that this has helped shine some light on exactly what a professional home organizer is, what they do, and what skills that you will need in order to start your very own organizing business. Please go to the show notes to find all of the links for my website and to find out how to set up your free consultation to work with me as your coach so you can see how valuable it is to have your very own professional organizing coach. Now remember, my next few episodes will be a series all about the exact steps you will need to take to start and scale your own professional organizing business. Thank you for listening. You have been listening to the Pro Organizers Coach podcast. Go to the show notes to find all of the links mentioned in this episode and hit that subscribe and automatic download button so you don't miss a single thing. Thanks for listening.